Today Canon are releasing 4 new products. We've got 2 new lenses and 2 new bodies as well. I've come up to Canon headquarters in Reigate to check them out. Let's go and have a look. So we're going to start off by taking a look at the cameras. I've just quickly come into Canon's secret room where they keep all their top secret stuff and unboxed the EOS 90D. Now I'm getting out the M6 Mark II, and then we'll head out into the sunshine and take a look at what these can do. So here they are, the 2 new cameras from Canon. We've got the EOS 90D, which takes over from the 80D, and we've got the M6 Mark II, which obviously takes over from the Mark I. So the reason they're both on the table at the same time is because they share the same internals. So inside, there's a brand newly developed sensor in there. It's a 32.5 megapixel CMOS sensor. They also both have a Digic 8 processor, both have dual pixel CMOS AF, and can both shoot 4K footage across the whole of their sensors at 30 or 25p. Now the other things that they're very similar on, there's also quite a few features that make them similar. However, they are targeted at different markets. So the EOS 90D targeted at the enthusiast photographer who goes out specifically to do photography. The M6 more towards the travel side of photography, somebody who likes to have a camera that's capable of taking really good quality images with them at all times and shooting as they go. So slightly different things going on in here. Obviously, this is a DSLR, this is a mirrorless camera, which changes the feature set slightly as well, especially the design. But let's start off with taking a look at the EOS 90D. So here we have the next in the ever popular 10 lineup of Canon cameras, right back from the 10D to the 80D. They've always been super popular with enthusiast photographers. I doubt the 90D is going to be any different. So what makes it a nice camera? Well, that sensor, that 32.5 megapixel sensor, highly detailed. It's going to be really nice for anybody shooting, well, any style of photography really, but especially landscapes when you want all that detail. You can shoot 10 frames per second. The ISO rating is 100 to 25,600 and it's expandable up to 51,200. And you have 45 cross-type AF points, which obviously make the most of that dual pixel CMOS AF. Now another feature within the autofocus range is IAF. This is new with the 90D and it means you have to use live view to get that feature. You just go into live view and you click enable and then autofocus is working. And it actually proved to be pretty good. Last week we got to take the EOS 90D and the M6 Mark II to like an indoor go-karting track. Now I started filming the video there, but actually it was so dark and it was quite loud. It wasn't very nice to look at. I wanted to give you something a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than that. So here are a couple of shots that we took with that IAF of a model. As you can see, the Canon colours really coming through there. Her skin tones look absolutely beautiful. Although, to be honest, look at her skin. I doubt you'd be able to make it look bad. However, different subject. The eye autofocus locks in on our eye really, really well. Every time I was having no problems with that. Also, if we zoom in there, you can see that the eyelashes show so much detail. Having that increased megapixel count really makes a difference when you're shooting this sort of image. Now, in terms of the body itself, very few changes from the 80D. A couple of things slightly changed with the joystick on the back, things like that to make it feel a bit more usable, a bit easier in the hand, but not too many changes. Going to be very familiar for people who have used this series of cameras before. Also, we have a headphone and microphone jack there, which is great for anybody looking to make use of that 4K video. Also the battery type. Now this is really exciting. We're still using an LPE6N, which is great for Canon users, and it's rated up to 1300 shots. That's CIPA rated to 1300 shots, this camera, which means if you're going for a day out, unlikely you're gonna have to even carry a spare battery, you know, let alone a few, which, let's face it, with a lot of other manufacturers, you have to. The battery grip is also still the BGE14, which means anybody using an 80D and is looking to upgrade, you don't need to buy that as a new accessory. It will already fit your new 90D, which is really well played by Canon. So I think that's enough DSLR talk. Let's swap to the M6 II, the mirrorless offering. And as I've said, the internals are they're the same, so you're going to get the same image quality. However, there are pros and cons. A pro of this is that it's small, it's travel friendly, easy to carry around. Con is that because it's small, you don't get a headphone port, mic port only, so you can still get good sound, but it's going to be harder to monitor. However, pros. You can shoot 14 frames per second continuous with autofocus, which is great. but it also has a raw burst mode, which allows you to shoot 30 frames per second for a couple of seconds in RAW with autofocus and pre-shoot. So it's a perfect mode if you're trying to capture like a really specific moment, you know, pushing your husband in the pool or your kids getting married, that sort of thing. A moment you super don't want to miss and you want a specific second in time. This is the camera to capture that. And because of the size and the type of camera it is, I think that's going to be a really well-loved feature. Now, autofocus. Obviously this has dual pixel CMOS AF, as does the 90D, and obviously we know that's a fantastic autofocus type. However, sometimes, however good autofocus is, it's not getting it quite right. You're about to miss something. And that, I think, leads us to my favorite addition with this camera, which is the manual focus to autofocus switch. Yes, Canon. So underrated. It should be on every single camera. It's a fantastic switch to have. Just means it's really super quick. You're not going to miss a shot if you suddenly have to switch over because the camera's not getting exactly where you want to be focusing. Now, as I said, the features between the two are very similar. There's loads of information on our website about both of these cameras. As I've said, we haven't had a super amount of time with them, but we are looking to test both of these cameras properly in the near future, doing different things. So we'll probably take this on a little trip and we'll do a few different photography type tests with the 90D. Maybe you can put some comments below to let us know what you'd like to see. Now, just a quick thing I want to bring up at the end is the lenses that Canon have brought out. Now, they don't have production samples at the moment, hence me not having it here. We did get to have a look at some copies earlier in the week when we went to the go-karting, but you know, you couldn't do anything with them. So we've got a 15 to 35 f2.8 IS, which is for RF. And we also have an RF 2470-28 LIS as well. So both of those lenses are going to be super great in low light. Obviously we've got the ultra wide and a sort of standard zoom range there, both having 2.8. I'm super excited to try those out on the EOS R when we get some production models in, as I am with trying these out when I get my hands on them and can take them outside of Canon's grounds, which I must say are quite pretty. Now, as I've said, there's loads of information on the website. If you need anything else, of course, you can give us a call, send us an email, pop into any of our stores. There's everybody in there are experts and they know what's happening. Or you can put a comment below and we'll try our best to get back to you with all the information that you could need on all these fantastic Canon releases. Thanks for watching.